Hello and welcome. What you are about to hear is an excerpt from an oral history interview collected by the Octavia Phelan Public Library as part of its Our Stories, Our Community project. The full interview this excerpt is taken from is available on CD at the Octavia Phelan Public Library main branch.
I'm Marcos Chavez, age 35. Today's date is January 23rd, 2014. We're in Gallup, and I'll be interviewing my mom, so I'm her son.
My name is Lenore Chavez. I am 58. Today is January the 23rd, and I live here in Dallas, New Mexico, and my relationship is his mom.
Before we actually get started talking, I just want to tell everybody, we're going to talk about this more as we get into the interview, but I'm going to guess that most people aren't going to be able to notice this, but when my mom was diagnosed with cancer way back, she had some surgeries to remove the cancer. She was clear for a while, then it came back, she had to have more surgery, and then that last surgery, 90% of her tongue was actually removed. And so she's here today talking to us with just a little bit of tongue. And she's been doing it for so long now and gotten so good at it that you probably won't notice very much that she doesn't actually really have a tongue. So I just wanted them to be aware of that, because I'm sure if anyone listens to this someday, they're going to take a step back and say, wow, really? Because you really do speak very well for not having that much of a tongue. So you grew up here in Gallup. Why don't you tell me a little bit about what it was like growing up in Gallup?
It was nice growing up in Gallup. We had to do a lot, especially at home. I grew up with my mom and my dad, and I had two brothers and a sister. We had to learn a lot about, how to, I think at that time we had to learn how to mainly take care of ourselves a lot, because it was a lot different. But we were poor people, we didn't have a lot of money. We had to struggle a lot. Mom and dad, my dad had to work. He worked at the city of Dallas for a long time. My mom had to stay home and take care of us. And we went to school, all of us, but it was hard because, when not enough money to be able to buy the stuff we wanted, so like shoes or clothes and that. Mm-hmm. But that was a good place to live. I lived there all my life, growing up in Dallas with two brothers and a sister.
Where did you grow up? What part of town?
The part of town is the north side. I lived at the north side for a long time.
All your life, right?
All my life I lived there.
You grew up on the north side, and then when you got married to Dad, you guys got a house on the north side.
We also lived on the north side, yes, the opposite side.
Yeah, the opposite side of the north side, but still the north side.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell about how you met Dad? That's a funny story.
I was working at Bowen Ryan at the time. I was a teenager. I was maybe about 17 years old. And I met your dad went to work at Durham Morley. And I remember that I went down there one time to go and visit him. I had knew him for a while because I had met him at the grocery store. And he just called me Bin, like the tall Bin. Mm-hmm. And so one time I found out that he had work. And so I went down there and he looked at me and I looked at him, and he tells me, we were talking, and he said, I dare you to, we were talking about pies, and I was telling him how much I love chocolate pies. And he said, oh, you do? And I thought,
The Octavia Phelan Public Library is committed to providing open and wide access to information. please visit one of our branches in Gallup, New Mexico. The music used in this podcast was Enigmatic by Ben Sound, available at www.bensound.com. Thank you for listening to this oral history. This is John Fortunato for the Octavia Film Public Library.